You're listening to the Arcane Focus Network. Looks like I think some of us do have a drink.
I have a drink.
I'm drinking old-fashioned with coffee in it from Low and Slow.
Nice.
Ben had some.
Mm-hmm.
It's not great. It's not great.
Ben has water, but that's fine.
Would not recommend. Would recommend just a normal old-fashioned, but this is a coffee liqueur, basically, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, don't bring your poor choices into this podcast, Mark. All right.
It's just
well,
quite
everybody,
so.
cheers. Thank you for
Congratulations.
an awesome season.
Yeah, wow, we finished something. Woohoo!
I finished a
Okay,
lot.
Truly,
that was a really
the
long
stars
session.
were rated.
They were definitely rated.
Definitely rated the stars.
I feel like we really didn't live up to the name. We didn't really rate a lot of stars.
No.
No.
I'm
We
grateful because
barely
I
did
feel like
any
that
rating.
means we did less Starship
actually,
combat than
you did go to a star. You went to the sun.
Yeah, that was
So
cool.
we rated that goblin ship pretty
Yeah,
high.
Yeah, we
but I
did.
feel like there was definitely much more star in our space-based podcast than there would be in most others. At least like 80% more star.
Oh, well, I mean, what? We were
Whether
there
or
for
not
like
it was rated.
3 or 4 episodes.
Yeah, well,
There was
you know.
stars and there was rating. They were just
That's like-
separate events.
Yeah, that's like
And
4
instead of-
5% of the episodes were set in a star.
Like we didn't even raid the wasteland, right? I kept talking about
you
wasteland
almost
raiders.
got rated.
Yeah.
But so there was some rating. There was definitely a star. Yeah, so we did live up to the name somewhat, even though it was spread across several planets. But hey, as is the nature of space
Planet
travel.
Raiders. Planet Raiders. Should have gone with.
Didn't
Yeah.
have the same ring to it in the theme song. Didn't make the cutting.
Star Raiders. Do you know the genesis of that?
No.
It was a prank that Jem and I played on Tom in our previous podcast, where like we were talking about something. I think that was a remake of an old Atari game called Star Raiders, and then
Really?
Jem was like, "Oh yeah, it was an old cartoon," and then I came up with the Star Raiders theme song on the spot, and Tom
You
believed
can't
us
tell.
for about 40 seconds.
40
Is this-
seconds.
is this-
And then he didn't.
Is this a humble brag? Is this a humble brag way of saying you came up with the name? Is that what that was?
That
just
doesn't
then?
fit into the actual story that we went through because there
Oh
was
no, that was just me reminiscing about our old podcast.
I believe we did actually, in one of our Arcane Focus Network meeting docs, I looked back on it ages ago, and there's actually some draft names in there. They're quite stupid, I think.
I'll read them out. Have you
quite
got
funny.
Come
I
on,
want to
like
know what else it could have been called.
The one that's written here is Space Tokyo Drift 2.
That was mine. Yeah.
I
still
would
think
be
we
happy to
should've
be
done it.
involved in a podcast of that name. Yeah.
Well, there's still time, Mark. There's still time.
I think that evolved from other things, though. It wasn't just.
No, yeah, it was
The
originally it was
Stars and
called
the Furious.
Galactic Roll was the original
that's
name.
right.
Yeah.
I like that for what it's worth.
Yeah, no, I liked it too. And that was at a
Good thing
time
we
where
didn't go with that one, guys. Am I right?
well, we were
Oh, wait.
considering having like uniformity across the network, so having the word roll in each of the titles in some way. But we decided to go a different direction. So
We sure did.
very exciting. Anyway, so welcome everybody to the Star Raiders Season 1 wrap party. What? Wah, wah.
Wrap it up.
All right, I wish I had a champagne popping
Wrap
noise
party.
lined up on Sirenscape, but I don't.
I don't even have it open.
If anyone wants to join
it in
Sirenscape, I'm
post.
gonna
it
put
in
on
post.
some tavern music,
I'm coming.
which
Can
is
you
always
put,
fun.
wait.
what about a space
Just wait.
bar? Can we
I'm
keep
nearly
it?
there.
Can we keep it like
Oh no, because it's only like cyberpunk ones, and it's weird.
It's too
Not as
dubstep-y.
not as ambient. So I'm going to put on the Friendly Tavern. Lovely, bit of ambience. Well, this is just a bit of a chat, bit of a debrief to give you guys a chance to ask anything you want to. I'm gonna tell all, reveal all. I have nothing to hide. I have some things to hide, but generally I have nothing to hide. We also have some fan questions that were sent through on Reddit, which is fun. And also just a bit of a debrief for the final episode, because at this point it's been, just over a week? Like 10 days for us since we recorded our final episode. And if you're listening to this before you listen to the final episode, then
Go back.
you need to stop now, because it's about to be Spoiler City. And if you
Spoiler
continue
town.
listening after this point, then that's on you, buddy.
Tell me, what did you do in that room that made the dice turn against you so hard?
Look, we have the explicit tag on this
sins did
podcast,
they
but
witness?
I can't. There's limits. There's limits to it, guys. That was I honestly cannot believe how poorly I was rolling in that. It was just truly shocking. It was generally 7 or below was what I was rolling.
Ooh.
There
So
was
did
a
you
few
plan
that
to,
I
like,
rolled over
Kill
10,
most of us.
and there was some of my saves I rolled 14 or more.
Yeah,
But,
wow.
Like that's about it, really. Essentially, it was just miss.
For those listening at home, we actually had a chat on our messenger chat thing about whether it would be ethical and appropriate or not to redo the whole battle just because of how badly
We did redo it, and he rolled worse. So we stopped. Tom destroyed his home, used a lot of sage, and now Tom
Yeah.
is in a box.
Yeah.
he literally
He got out the sage.
de-spiritualify his house with
Yeah.
burning sage
Yeah.
after he threw approximately 4 dice across the house.
At least.
Yeah, Tom
At
came
least.
across a hag in the woods before the final
Yeah.
battle and made a deal that went sour. So for more
She said she was
information,
going to help me out, But,
Yeah, but at what cost, Tom?
at what
Yeah.
cost?
The battle.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, besides my shithouse rolling, pretty full on there with. Well, I mean, I guess the main event of that final battle there was the old self-destruct button.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Frozen.
that was really the only time that there was any real tension in the proceedings, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So just because I know I've mentioned this to Daniel, because I felt kind of bad afterwards, and I was like, "Hey, buddy, you okay?" And but I feel like I should say it here, and anybody who wants to, I'll share you in on my Google Doc, and you can check the edit history. The DC that I set for the computer to be able to be remotely activated was 28. And you rolled a 24.
Yeah. I missed it by ages.
Not
Astra,
really.
Astra.
I know. All of the key rolls were shite for me. Like, anytime it really mattered, it's like I rolled bad.
Well, but that's the thing, though. Like, usually with your computer's checks, you just roll so high.
30 pluses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
28 was an average roll for you. You just happened to go
Yeah.
below average on that one.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was like setting it, and originally I'd set it higher. I'd set it at, I think, 32, and then I was like, that's too high. Then I dropped it to 30, and I'm like, I feel like that's still too high, because you'd need to roll a 14 or above, right? And I was like, I'll drop it to 28, because then I feel like that's a good 50-50. And
Yeah.
like that seems like a fair number. I was genuinely shocked that you didn't get it.
Oh, good. I'm glad I could shock you.
Yeah.
My poor rolling.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't that bad. You know, it only forced one of us to sacrifice ourselves for the good of everyone else, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, right? That and like I had thought sending off Banshee, that would be our sacrificial character loss for the episode, and then to have sent him off early, and I'm like, no, two calls in a row.
He was going to close the other blast doors or something.
Yeah.
Is that what he was doing? Yeah.
Yeah, so he did the lasers to give us some time, and then the blast doors.
I mean, you couldn't have written it any better, really.
You sent him off. And
right?
He's on the other side of the shields, right? You're okay with that? And you're like, yep, okay. And then he's going to run off down the hallway. I'm like, okay, yes.
What a
You
time
are
to be
playing
alive.
into my...
I was like, oh my God. This is, I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
I'm glad that I could...
Not that I wanted anybody to die, but it's, you can't deny.
It makes for a better story, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If anything, you increase the narrative value of the podcast, darling. Good.
Thank you. That makes me feel so much better. I feel so much better now that I killed one of the characters.
As well.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't you. Like, in that moment, someone had to die, right? Someone had to stay behind.
Yeah.
And Burzin wasn't about to let anyone else under his command go down.
Yeah.
Well, Sawbones didn't even really put his hand up seriously. He was like, there was a token like, no, you've got this. Okay, bye.
Self-preservation kicks in pretty
Like, I've
quickly
had
for
enough people
Sawbones.
die.
It was actually quite nice, Mark, because you were like, look, guys, I don't have any family. Everybody else does. And it was quite nice. But when Astra was like, nah, fuck you, I'm doing it, you're like, okay, all right.
Okay. Hey, I tried.
Yeah. It was,
Can't do any more than that.
yeah, I just thought it was quite a nice little moment there, like for Sawbones to do that, because and we'd established beforehand, it's he'd usually run away from battles. He wasn't one to go into that. He had plans for his future, really, and then to offer himself up like that, I think was quite nice.
Character growth.
So noble.
Yeah. But then also accepting that somebody else wants to sacrifice themselves and not taking that away from them.
Totally.
Yeah.
Just on that, like, I wasn't trying to take, it's not like I was trying to hog, like, the sacrifice spotlight. I
never even thought that there was a sacrifice spotlight.
I don't know, but it was just like, because Astra was...
And he was hogging.
Had I
and
known...
I hogged it. Yeah. You were
Son
trying
of
to
a
hog
bitch.
it, and then I hogged it more.
I was just like, I screwed up. It was my fault. I should do it. That's all. I didn't even realize there was a spotlight to hog. But, now that I know, I'm glad it was you that did it.
There was no way that Burzin was going to let anyone else do it. Like,
Not
even
after
from
he
before
gave
we
us a
even walked
speech
in.
about how we're all going to die.
Yeah.
We're all going to die. There's no coming back from this. Yeah.
We're all going to
Nihilistic
die.
speech.
Prepare yourself to die. I'm prepared to die. And then at the end of the fight, there's like a moment to die. There's only one person that's going to take up that moment.
So, everyone's all like, "No, we'll be fine. We'll get out of this." And Buzz's like, "Okay."
Well, we did. Just saying.
Yeah, I know. We all accomplished our goals in that fight.
Yeah. Right?
Something to be said about optimism.
Can I ask, why was Calderon such a weak little bitch at the end? Like, I was fully expecting to go through the mosquito and then have to deal with his whole fucking situation again.
Yeah. My original notes for that fight was to actually have him have one of the mosquito things like burst out of him. And so, like, you fight him, he dies, and then something comes out of him. But then later on, that was replaced with the idea of this large one being summoned. And, like this kind of effigy, this spawn of Glaunder being summoned. I really did toss it up. And I was playing around with it, but then my thinking was... It was just different. Like, you guys you just had this really big fight against his right-hand man who deals with everything for him. It's almost like, I don't know.
He was.
You
a
didn't
bit-
want him to be powerful, like big and powerful himself. It was all the people around him that you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was
pays
like
people to be that for
he
him,
was a
right?
spoiled,
Puppet
rich, terrible,
Yeah.
terrible person who was completely spineless, who was doing these horrible things. And I don't know, to give him power, I just felt like that wasn't right for who he was. To make him weak and vulnerable, I just thought, it was something a little bit different.
Yeah.
As a player, I would have found that incredibly disappointing to have him go down in one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was the
smoke
why did he
thing?
have a little spark? What?
The wisp of smoke
Yeah, why,
come out
like
of his...
what were you trying to get
what
across
was
there? That
that?
he was actually like an android or something?
No, was
As
he
I said, I do have
ascending?
some secrets, and most things will be revealed in this. But,
Aw.
So he's
Is
an
he
android.
coming back? He's coming back in another
We
episode.
didn't really kill him. That
That's
was like
what I'm
a
thinking.
remote control unit type thing.
It was a solid astral projection.
no, do you want to know what it was?
Yep.
It was a
Yeah,
failsafe.
That's what. It was a fail safe.
Yep, that's what triggered the portal forced opening.
Right, so when he died, that little thing went...
Oh,
and that
yeah,
was
like
the
a dead
failsafe
man
going
switch
on.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
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 That makes sense.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
well played.
So he
Right,
killed
right, right.
himself, essentially?
Like-
Or did we kill him?
You killed
We-
him. So
we killed him.
Sawbones' shot that he took was enough to put him down because, like part of what you were saying, Dan, as
had
well, was he
basic
had...
NPC stats.
Well, he'd given so much of himself to Glaunder already,
Yeah.
which, I guess maybe it might not have been clear, considering it happened over the course of the
Whole
pod.
campaign.
Yeah. But, there wasn't much of him. And so, you shoot a dude and he dies, right? So, like, I was actually just editing that part earlier today, and, he's like, he, like, hits a button, and then he... like turns around to talk to you after he's been shot, and so him pressing the button, he was to like release the baddies, and then him dying is what triggered the failsafe.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
yeah, yeah.
Were you at all tempted to, once we took out some of the smaller bad guys in that fight, to like just roll in with a couple more bone troopers or something, or bone sages?
No. That's always the hard thing, isn't it? It's, do you modify monsters on the fly? Do you change battles? All of that stuff. And I think to a certain degree, yes, and I always have. If, like, not in such a way that it would drastically alter the outcome, but I felt that if I did that in this final fight, that would kind of take that away from you guys. Because it was... hell, maybe it was Desna with some divine intervention stepping in and fucking up those rolls and keeping you guys safe. If I, introduced, it's like, oh, and suddenly some new mosquitoes hatch, and they're twice as strong, and they do a type of damage that ignores Ben's spell that he put on. And then that ended up killing someone. I would just feel horrible, because I was like, I did that because part of that would have been ego. Like, oh, these guys are steamrolling me. My dice suck. It's not fair. I'm going to roll in some more. I'll occasionally buff HP a little bit here and there. It's not something I do regularly, but occasionally I'll, up it by like, 10 points or something like that. But that's just something that, I've always done. But usually I'll keep that in a like a pretty, usually like a medium-sized fight. But like major fights, I try not to fuck with too much, because they can turn so deadly so quickly.
What would have happened, Tom, if the big mosquito wriggled all the way through his little summonsing portal thing? Like, I got the sense of the way what was going on is like we killed those bone sages, and then the mosquito was like stuck with his ass in the other side of the portal and he couldn't get out, sort of thing. Is that what was going on?
Yeah, so you guys didn't really get to experience it too much, but there was like a round trigger. So after a certain amount of rounds, it comes out more and more. Had you not taken out the bone sages, that would have happened faster, and he would have gotten stronger and stronger. So health increases, higher to hit, higher damage dice, all that sort of thing. More types of attacks as well. Because
so we took him out quicker than what you thought. So he was weaker than kind of maybe what you'd planned in the encounter type thing.
No, the issue was you guys kept hitting and I kept missing. That was the issue. You guys didn't miss that much, and so you were taking everything out really quickly, and so the fight was just over really quickly. You know?
Yeah, I mean, we had like 3 crits that were over 30 damage.
Yeah.
And then there was the one that I put on the big mosquito for like 51 points of damage. Which was ridiculous.
Yeah. With the shields, those bone sages, I think they had more than 70 HP.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Each.
Yeah, okay.
And then the bone troopers, they had, I think, more than 50 HP each. But yeah, the thing is, if you guys are just like hit, and you all do on average 20 damage, it's going to be over in a couple of rounds, you know? But yeah, the thing is, you guys hadn't done that well in the past. And I don't do that poorly. So it was just a kind of, crossing the streams moment sort of thing.
Well, Tom, kudos to you for not fudging any of your rolls, right?
God, I wanted to.
Yeah.
I wanted to.
Well,
Really
also
playing
just-
it where it lies.
Yep.
Big kudos for the variety of that last battle. I thought the like magic bone sages powering up the big bad guy was really cool. I thought the like little orbs on the floor kind of exploding with more mosquitoes was really cool. It felt really varied, and it felt like it evolved and got harder over the course of the fight. It wasn't like, oh, boom, here's 15 bad guys, just mow your way through it. It felt like it kind of developed, and the timing of the increase in difficulty was really good. So, I thought it was fucking well put together, bro.
Oh, thanks, man. My big regret is that I didn't pull the bone sages off sooner to actually engage with you guys. Pull them off. Yeah. Pull off the
that
bones.
bone sage, Tommy. That's what,
That's why my dice were cursed. I've been pulling the bone sage too much.
they saw what you did.
Yeah.
And then ironically, you went and burned sage.
Exactly. Yeah. All right.
Come on, guys.
So-
you guys are the oldest ones here. You're laughing at pulling off the bone sage.
Hey,
Shut up, Bo. I'm young
always
at
funny.
heart.
Yeah. These jokes are never not funny. Okay.
Tom,
well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, you go.
No, Mark, you go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I am sitting here looking at this document with all of the questions in it, and I'm feeling the weight of the sheer volume of very interesting and very good questions that are in this document. And I was thinking we should start kind of knocking off some sort of ones from the fans and ones from us.
No, we'll do the ones from the fans first, so they have to wait. You got to wait to listen to them.
Wait.
To do the ones
mean
from the fans
last?
last, you mean?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Wait, what?
Idiot. Hey, I did take the feat where I crawl around before I took versatile expertise.
Idiot.
Idiot.
I feel like, Tommy, there's some questions from Reddit or Twitter or something that you got.
Yeah, there are quite a few Reddit questions. Well, Dan, did you want to read those ones out?
Sure. This is from Reddit. Do you want to read the name out?
Yeah.
This is from L3 Raj 3.
Good.
Ben, what would Tiny have done if the party were to be successful at clearing their names? Also, do you think you would have multi-classed him?
Ooh, if he was successful in clearing their names, it's so tough because a lot of it would be like about, I think, his relationship with Brandon and the crew. Yeah, I think Tiny would try and fund the way I think Astor did a nice thing that Tiny would have supported, which is fund a corporation that wasn't complete evil. That was just like, you do a good job, you get paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we don't take advantage of people and we don't make them bid against each other. It's like all like a happy family like he had. I think that's probably what he would have loved to do and bring people involved in that. Probably that'd be a big thing.
Yeah.
If he hadn't resolved the issues with the crew, he probably would have left off on his own journey. because it wasn't a good fit for him in that way. Who knows? Maybe it would have come around by the end. And would I have multiclassed? I don't like multiclassing unless it's like narratively based in the story. If there's some reason why he might find new skills or go down a different path. To me, it feels like when you're playing these games, I like the idea that the character deepens their journey into whatever they're doing, unless something takes them away from that. Like if he had a religious experience, then I'd feel, oh, maybe mystic or something like that. But I like getting good at what you do. And also you tend to get good, like mechanically you also tend to get better faster if you stick with what you want rather than multi-classing out. You tend to get higher things. A level 7 Technomancer would have been like sick, like crazy to play, especially with galactic magic. So probably wouldn't have multi-classed. If I had to choose something, I'm really into Vanguards now, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know.
It's a weird mix for a Technomancer, yeah.
I always thought it'd be really fun for him to be an envoy, because I feel like he's trying to get people to be better, or like improve or like help them on their journey. I felt like that was a lot of what he did, so that could have been fun to throw out there. But I didn't want to step on anyone's toes who, if you're classed there already, So
no, that's fair enough. This one's for me. Do I wish Burzin had more soldier levels than Envoy or not? Part of me says yes, but like you were just saying, Ben, sticking to the one, like I only took the soldier level, 1, because of the things it gave me access to, and 2, because of Burzin's backstory as previously having been a soldier. So like the more combat situations we were getting to, I was like, well, that's kind of reawakening some of these like latent skills and abilities that he had. And like improved get 'em is mental. You get as a standard action, you just put a +2 on something that everyone can hit. And just like the abilities that you get by sticking to the one thing, like generally outweigh multi-classing. Like the mild benefit you get from level 1 of a class. So yeah. Moving on, Mari, if you had a bot in real life, what would its name be, and what would its primary functions be?
All right. Well, it would have to be called Robert, and you'd have to say it like that too. You'd have to be like, Robert, come, Robert. And Robert would, the primary function that would be most useful for me would be just to sort of like follow me around. And when I say to the kids, do this thing, that it goes and enforces those rules. So like it just says the same thing over and over again. So I don't have to go, guys, have you brushed your teeth? Are you brushing your teeth?
You just want to outsource parenting.
That's no, like not the initial parenting part.
Nag,
like
the
nag
threat behind the parenting.
Well, no.
Like you don't want to be the person that's causing pain to your children. You want to help
me. It's Robert.
To the robot.
Does it have your voice, or is it saying it in like a weird robot?
It'll have to be some sort of like
YouTuber.
Hey guys, you've got to brush your teeth. It's time to brush your teeth. Like and subscribe. Brush your teeth.
Have you packed your bags?
Yeah, I just want them to like listen. And,
no TV until you're ready for school.
Exactly. And I think that if I could just like outsource that to Robert, that would be very helpful.
I think we all know that parenting is 25% directing them what to do and 75% then nagging them for the next 27 minutes to do it.
Yeah. And the other function that would be very useful would be like attending like kids sports and stuff with me, and then when I get tired is just like converting itself into a comfortable seat, so I can just sort of like sit down and be nice and comfy and just be
there's
Robert.
Some element to what you're describing is like a different Mark You're just you're like,
Yeah, sit on me
no,
at
but you're
sporting
like,
events.
you're
That's
like,
what
you're
I
like,
want.
when
No,
I say
I'd be up
something
for
to the
that then.
kids, I want someone to
Back up.
co-parent with me and get the kids to do
Co-parent.
I want someone to attend the sports functions with me to support me in this way.
Oh my god, that's terrible, isn't it? And then like the next ones were things like mow the lawns, and yeah, you go like it's literally just a mark. Ooh, sorry, dear. Whoops.
Mark,
Yeah.
Way to make
Mark-
it awkward.
yeah, Mark, I feel personally attacked on your behalf.
It's too funny. Oh golly gosh.
Hey, I want a robot too for what it's worth. Like, I don't want to do any of that shit that you spoke
Yeah.
about. That
Yeah.
sounds terrible.
Speaking of Mark, did you wish for more smoke grenades?
Ooh.
I didn't see that one. That's really funny. I like that people pick up on the fact that Tom hates smoke
Hates
grenades.
smoke grenades.
Yeah.
Campaign.
So,
The
yes,
first thing we
I
use in the
did-
next campaign. Smoke
I
grenades.
did wish for more smoke grenades. I picked up very early that Tom was not down with smoke grenades when I basically threw one, and he was like, "Oh, the vacuum just sucks it out of the environment, and it happens for one turn." But I actually, more broadly, I'm a little disappointed in how grenades as a family of weapons works inside Starfinder. Like, I feel like they're ludicrously expensive for what they do.
Yeah.
And there's a good amount of versatility there. Like the holo, I feel like I carried a holo grenade and a sonic grenade since episode 2 or something, and just never really got them to work in a way that they could have any traction. So I don't know. Maybe I wasn't taking the right feats or whatever, but I kind of feel like grenades.
you hit the nail on the head there, man. They're very expensive and they have limited usage. I think if you dropped the price of them and made them more accessible, then I think that would be, a lot better.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
lots
could
of
take a
fun.
feat
It's like having
that
a
made
really
them
weak-
reactions. Fucking
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Like straight
They're
up,
just like
top notch.
Dude.
Like something happens,
totally.
and you're like you grenade
Lob
off the clip, throw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't
freaking
even need
cool.
to make them any stronger or more more powerful than they are, because they're pretty piss weak. Let's be honest. Like,
Yeah.
fucking here's a hologram and here's a set off a
but
sonic.
it's like
thing or
having a
whatever.
really expensive access to shitty spells. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I think that might be a thing. It's like, once per combat, you can use a grenade as a swift action. That might be a thing.
That'd be cool. Yeah,
That would be cool.
And dropping
I
their
just think-
prices
yeah.
by 50%.
Yeah.
Making
The-
things
like
expensive,
the,
making them hard to use is a way to stop people from using them, right?
the ROI on grenades just isn't there.
Yeah, big time. Yeah. And I think, Dan, you got it right. I think they might have viewed them as equivalent to spells. It's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
this is like Fireball. It's like, yeah, but it's not. So, like, it shouldn't be this expensive. Yeah.
And this is for everyone. What do you think would be or what would you want to be in the Starfinder universe? Did I ask that right?
Hang on.
Yeah, like if you were a person, I think is the question, right?
If you were in there, what
you were
class would you be?
living in Star?
Yeah.
Like I think magic 100% always gotta, like, if there's an option to have magic, I gotta use, like, I'm not gonna not Harry Potter this up, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so it's either Technomancer for me or Mystic, and I think I'd go Mystic, honestly, because one, it'd be sweet to know that God's real, and then two, it'd be great because you get the benefits of being a magic user, but also you have like a community and someone looking out for you. This God that's granting you magic and stuff. That'd be pretty fun. I think that'd be a real fun time.
Yeah, I would probably go with a Solarian because Solarians are super cool.
Yeah. Jedis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I've been looking into other Solarians too. There's one that has it's almost like just a built-in laser instead of a built-in melee weapon,
Oh, okay.
which is pretty cool.
I feel like
yeah.
I feel like I would definitely go with Technomancer only because of the fairly vast array of like career options that it opens up. Like I feel like if you wanted to be like the best mechanic on a ship, like you've got that option available to
Yeah.
you, but also if you want to be like magic soldier guy at the front of the fucking, tip of the spear or whatever. You could do that as well.
Yeah, like it does look like the most versatile sort of thing, the most useful.
Yeah.
Because like it beats out, if you build a technomancer right, you can beat out just about any other class at skills, except maybe an operative. Murray?
I think I read this a bit differently. I was thinking about like what would I actually be like if I were to be converted into a character
Murray,
into that.
We would all just be plebs living on the spike in Absalom
Yeah.
Station, right?
So what class would fit you best is kind of where I was going from.
Oh, okay.
You
like,
as a human that you are now,
as
you mean?
who we are.
Like
Oh my
if
God.
I were like if I had a little persona that I could put into the Starfinder world, what character and class would I be most like? I think it would be a biohacker, and it would probably be like a xenomed style biohacker that knows too much about animals and human meds with a really low constitution, but high intelligence and a lot of
Dumped
chaos. Yeah, I did. I
Never dumped Con.
definitely dumped Con, and I dumped it hard.
Big time.
And I think that would be like if there was a genuine me character, that would be what it is. Just really
What
low
NPC
con,
class would
chaotic.
you be?
Yeah, that's how I read that.
I'd
Yeah.
be some chump on the spike. That's who
Hey,
I
how
would
you
be.
doing? You guys want some pizza?
Welcome to my shop. Hey, you want to come see my friend Saul?
Do you a good deal?
Oh man, I even
so-
went
and then-
as far as looking at deities and stuff.
Yeah, part two.
Oh, God.
Part two of this question.
Oh wow, Dan doesn't even ask me. I'm not a part of the.
Oh,
the group.
okay. Sorry, Tom. What would you be?
Son of a
Or
bitch.
Well,
a witch
what-
whopper. You'd be a witch
Wait,
whopper.
either option.
Vanguard.
You'd be a
Yeah, I
Vanguard.
mean,
They're pretty
that's cool.
cool. They're
Yeah.
pretty
Sick.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
are
was
pretty
totally against it from reading it because it just seemed too overly complicated. Because I was like, "What are you telling me I need to do? I have to manage resources
Who knows?
now in addition
Who
to
knows?
playing this game." But then we played a one shot, and I came out going, "All right, I love this, and I want to do it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like Vanguard. You need to play a Vanguard before you really
Yeah.
understand what's going
A
on.
pre-made one that's explained to you.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
Yeah,
you
you
need
do
someone to be
this.
like,
You do
this
this
is
on your
what
first
this
move."
character
Yeah.
does, but you can do whatever you want when you build it." Yeah.
Okay. So the follow up to the question is: which god/goddesses or domains would you feel close to? Do you guys
I
know
don't know
enough about
any
the gods?
gods
Yeah.
or domains, so
I
I-
did
I'm gonna
research
sit
this
this
one
one out.
too.
Yeah, me too, because I respect our fans.
Yeah.
Obviously, because I researched, mine is Lady of Wisdom, Uresa. So she's a neutral goddess of knowledge, mental perfection, scholarship, and science, which is all the stuff that I love and often forget. So yeah, I think that would be where I would end up.
Yeah, for me, it would be, I think, Hylax, who's the goddess of diplomacy, first contact, friendship, and peace. Because, I think the Starfinder universe is full of, bad guys and trouble and all the rest. I'd like to think that if I did exist in that universe, I'd have a positive outlook and on everything.
I can see that.
I don't know what it is with these games, but I always lean towards the sun gods.
Oh, I
And
wonder
it's
what
be-
that's all about.
Yeah, I don't know. But I
Likes a
really
tan.
like Saren Ray's tenets as far as like redemption and
Yeah.
second chances and all that kind of
There's
stuff.
a lot of stuff on that. Like, out
Yeah.
there.
So yeah, for me it'd be the Dawnflower.
Yeah.
I choose Horus probably. I the god of like evolution adaptation. I just think that's cool. I like the idea that there's a god behind
Yeah, there's
the
a god
concept
for
of
it.
something that's inherently like random and chaotic and stuff,
Yeah.
and also about like adapting and changing, growing. I just think that's a nice thing. Very, very, very nice.
is there a god of just winging it? Because that would be
Yeah,
mine.
it's called
That would be
Bog.
chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like a chaotic sort of god. Yeah.
I really like Triune for what it's worth. Like the fact that there's a god of machines is
Yeah,
super
that was
interesting.
cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Cool. Moving on. Tom, this one's directed at you. Is there something that has not been discovered and you wish the party had found?
Yeah, I was organizing
Why
my
is it
files
mummies?
the other day, and I realized like I had like so much detail about shipping cargo, and I worked really, really hard on that to convert that from Fly Free or Die, and we ended up only just using it once, and it was the sex toys cargo. So it just completely ruined like all of this work I'd put into it. I don't regret doing it though, because I think that it really added to the world building. And I think that really helped me understand the universe as a whole and how it operated in general. But I did wish we used it more. But as well, we were making a podcast, and I don't know how like a bunch of random deliveries would have messed with the pacing of things. Like it might have worked, it might not have. I don't know. Yeah.
And the final question from L3 Raj 3. Will Season 2 follow this crew with you as the GM? If not, do you think we'll see this crew in the future for even more shenanigans?
Well, what I'll start off with saying is this was a standalone story. I will GM Season 2, but it's going to be a new story with new characters. Part of that is there's so many podcasts and streams out there that tell, super epic tales across hundreds and hundreds of episodes with the same characters, which is, that's its own thing. And I guess with Star Raiders, like this anthology style with new stories every season, it's not unique or anything. But personally, I guess we, as the Arcane Focus Network, we just kind of wanted to offer something a little bit different and just keep the entry bar really low for people too. And personally, I'm interested in telling different stories with you guys and having varied experiences in like revisiting, like who knows, never say never.
I don't think we'll be revisiting Burzin.
No.
Certainly not. But
Could be a
never know.
flashback.
You never know.
Like a
I
prior
love
time?
where your head's at, Tommy. Like 50 tight episodes on like that's enough time to tell a really good story and have a bunch of cool shit happen and then freshen up for season 2. Like I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked, the Arcane Focus crew talked about having people, I don't know, seeing what would happen with like one shots or having sent like certain characters mix and match and jump across different places and do stuff. So might have happened. You never know. Yeah, honestly, you never know. These are fun, creative endeavors, and if there's a fun way to bring something out, like why not?
Sawbones would love to make a comeback for what it's worth.
Mark, that's only because you know how to do the one voice, okay?
It's true.
Only one voice.
No, he does a Vesk. I've heard the Vesk.
Hey, we've
Or
all
is
heard
it Sheeran?
We've all heard
you don't need to
The best
tell
in
us
the
about what
Sheeran.
you do when the lights are off, all right?
Ooh.
Do the best voice tonight. Baby. Oh my god.
Oh,
It's so raw, so sexual.
so sexual.
Oh,
Next
she's
question.
bright red. Look how red she is.
Oh no.
Well, Mark,
I'm
you
out
shouldn't
of
be
Better
using
end this podcast soon.
Oh, gosh.
You shouldn't be using your
wave to ride.
bedroom voice on the podcast, all right?
We've only got two
golly
voices. I don't have a choice. There's bedroom voice and Irish Mark. That's all we got.
Bedroom Irish Mark.
No.
You titled those yourself. No one gave that.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
golly
This
gosh.
is from Red Dragon LS 007. When you do player backstory flashbacks, do you as the GM write them or does the player? Or do you write them together?
So I always give the option of me writing it or the player. So Daniel, Murray, Mark, we had a meeting about like what they wanted, and I went away and I wrote something, which then we revisited and then modified as you guys saw fit. Ben wrote his own one, and the process was kind of reversed. So he gave it to me, and then I made some small additions and modifications, and kind of tailored it a little bit more to like an audio, format.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, I think it's a collaborative process because we do have those meetings and we talk about it, we take it seriously. And yeah, I think anybody who's familiar with the Glass Cannon podcast will know flashbacks. And yeah, I think, honestly, I heard it on there and I shamelessly took it from them because I think it's just such an awesome way to give it more history and deeper ties into the story and for the character as well. I just think it's a brilliant mechanic and I've really loved using it.
Just for the
using it
avoidance
too.
of doubt, Tom's undercrediting himself when he talks about that. Like basically, Tom and I had a chat for half an hour over drinks, and then he went away and put together like 4 or 5 pages of really epic dialogue, where he pointed out, "This is what I want you to say, Mark, and this is all of the shit that I'm going to say." So you do yourself a disservice, Tommy. They were all from you, mate.
Thank you, Mark. But it is collaborative.
Well, that's a question I've got just thinking of Burzen's one. Like, the fact that it was with the Eoxians and, like, the Bone Sages and stuff like that, is that why you brought those things into the story, or were they already planned in there?
I'm actually shocked it didn't come up earlier. But yes, Daniel, that is why I brought in the Eoxians and the Bone Sages, because of Burzen's backstory.
Yeah.
I thought
That's
it'd be
cool
really
as
cool
shit.
to tie it in.
I literally only just thought about that then.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude. Second
worries.
question from Red Dragon LS007. So what inspired you to move away from the Fly Free or Die AP?
Oof.
Do you prefer to just do things your own? Do you prefer to just do your own things, or was there something in it that you didn't enjoy?
Oh, man. All right. Well, I think it's a good question for quite a few reasons, and I'm just going to give a brief little bit of history here.
We're going to get some real
Right.
talk on Paizo APs?
No, actually, quite the opposite. So when, Daniel, myself, and Ben, we started the network, we kind of agreed that we wanted to try shorter campaigns because there's so many podcasts and streams out there. As I said before, they run for hundreds of episodes, and it can feel like the entry barrier for those is really high. Like, where do you start? There's 600 hours of content. It's like, how am I ever going to catch up to this? And I don't know. It's like Monster of the Week isn't really not something that I'm interested in producing. We kind of agreed that like this anthology style program is much easier to get into. So, different seasons, different characters, new stories, trying new things. Ben, I think you managed to keep things extremely tight in What's My Role with 19 episodes. Hats off to you for that. I obviously stretched things to triple that. But I think as well, it's kind of down to like you guys and the choices you make. A lot of these things weren't set in stone, and you had a whole galaxy to explore as well. So, you could make a lot larger choices there. But anyway, so when we decided to start making this, Fly Free or Die was a new AP coming out. And there was a lot of appeal from a marketing point of view, just to be really blunt with it, because new AP comes out, people are like, oh, hey, how should I play this new AP? And it's like, oh, check out this podcast on it, and that might draw new listeners to it. And yeah, I thought, that might be a good one. And plus, we just finished Against the Aeon Throne, which was our home game that we played through as well. And in that, you were kind of, you saved the galaxy, right? And so the idea of you guys just being average Joes really appealed to me. And these sorts, I guess, TTRPGs in general, it's always like you're the big damn hero, And personally, I was a bit tired of that, right? I mean, the last few 5e games I ran were Rise of Tiamat as well. And it's like, okay, well, we're killing gods and this and that. And trust me, I know what you're all thinking at the moment. But with Fly Free or Die, I found out it was 6 books long, and I was like, this isn't going to work. It's too long. I thought it might be 3, but I'd already bought the first book and created this massive freaking document about you guys and about Edge Corp and creating your own characters and all this sort of stuff, and world building. And I was like, well, we've just like done all this background work, and you guys are really into it. So, and like we're kind of into this delivery Firefly sort of vibe. So I was like, well, let's just stick with the theme, you know what I mean? But let's see if we can do something original within that. But then it was at that moment that I kind of realized that it was a bit of an unprecedented opportunity to do a bait and switch. Because I'd pushed the idea of the regular Joes doing regular shit and not being heroes for so long. That you guys would never expect to come out as the heroes that save the world. And so, like, once I had that realization, the opportunity for me was just way too good to pass up. And I think that's actually what contributed to some of the best material that we got. You know, these characters were never conceptualized to be world saviors. And I think that's why they worked in this kind of fish out of water role. But I think as well that kind of speaks more to you guys as well. Like Mark, you know, you've spoken before about being early on a little bit uncomfortable with, you know, role playing and you know, recording podcasts and stuff. And I think we saw the growth of the players with the growth of the characters. And then suddenly you're in this, you know, world ending situation, and it's, you know, it's something else entirely. Yeah.
Burzin was not built to do well on a zombie planet.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
No.
So, and like Sawbones had the wrong school altogether to be on a zombie planet.
And there weren't very many cars that we could use or ships of any sort. There wasn't much piloting to be had. And this is the first real game. I mean, I think the last campaign we did a little bit of role playing, but this is the most intensive role playing game I've ever played. Like from a character development point of view, I don't come from a background of doing any character voices other than reading stories. But yeah, doing improv isn't my thing. I read science books. That's kind of my background. So to go away from that and then have to make up stories and try to relate to something that isn't me was really challenging to begin with. So yeah, it was a fish out of water for both my character and me.
I was in my element.
We could tell, you and all your voices.
I love this shit. It's ridiculous. So this is from fearless_evidence_95. What was the inspiration for the story?
So I think generally it was the Fly Free or Die stuff. And if you know the AP and if you look at the first book closely, you'll see that there's actually quite a few shared themes, ideas, and sublocations as well. That was the main inspiration for it there. But I think as well, just in general, just science fiction. You'll see a lot of parallels drawn with, Star Wars, The Expanse. Maybe a little bit of Starship Troopers in there as well.
There's definitely a lot of Futurama.
Well, I mean, you brought the Futurama. I didn't bring that part, but yeah. Yeah.
And then on Tabard Minor, a map of the city is mentioned a few times. What were some of the other locations, and are there any that you would have wanted to explore further?
Yeah, so I only had like a vague idea of what some of the locations were and what was at them. Because we were like running shorter sessions at the time, it was pretty much guaranteed that there'd be a session of travel in between as a bit of a buffer. So I didn't want to unnecessarily plan 20 locations and then not have them used, is literally what happened. So it was kind of just, I would plan it as necessary. I had an idea, like I've got a list of what would be at the different things.
That could have happened,
Just for an example, so at the police station, my dot point is find some interesting information, find some gear, evidence locker. Question mark. In the government house, computers with secrets, Calderon crates, zombified security and custodians. The convention center. Here we go. Packed World exhibits medium cargo starship, zombie Copaxi dressed up as Packed World racers, but like the big comical heads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like mascots.
Disney mascots. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a big like Vesk.
Love
it's
it.
like, oh. It's like, oh my god. Yeah, I think probably the most controversial one was the music hall, which I was really tossing up about having a zombified conductor that animates musical instruments using magic.
Wow.
I didn't know if that would fit with the theme or not.
Would have been like a Rocky Horror Picture Show style episode.
Halloween
Slash
episode.
Fantasia.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Yeah.
like, Sorcerer's Apprentice sort of stuff.
Yeah.
That would have been our musical episode.
Oh
Should have
my
done that.
gosh, it would
I
have been
think Ben's
amazing.
reaction
Missed opportunity.
was enough. His face it told me everything I needed to know that I made the right choice.
Zombie children?
Sure, why not? At the orphanage, yes.
But,
You
like,
know.
why would we have gone to a lot of these places, right? Like,
I don't know. You seem pretty keen on the adventure park,
oh, yeah, that would have been fun.
the Space World theme park. You know what my notes are for that? Rides! Exclamation mark, and then zombie clowns.
Really,
Those are my notes.
really running out of steam on some
Yeah.
of these.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, actually, at the sports stadium as well, there would have been a Marikoi team that were zombified.
Oh, wow.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so part of me was kind of hoping for the hospital as well, because it would have been insane to head for the hospital in the zombie
Yeah.
apocalypse.
Yeah,
Like, what
there
the fuck?
is no world in which we choose to go to the hospital on a zombie planet. Like that is
Yeah.
that is just mental.
I think
That's
I would have given you
literally asking
guys
for
like
trouble.
mad payoffs though. If you did do that, I would have given you something really big if you had done that. Because it's like that's just so ballsy to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to where everyone died.
Died.
And where everyone went when they were sick. That's what we'll do. The highest concentration of zombies. Yeah. That's those are the Reddit questions.
Star Raiders is an Arcane Focus Network production. Be sure to rate and review us on your favorite podcast app. You'd be amazed how much it helps us spread the word. Looking for more adventure? Head to arcanefocusnetwork.com.